So the question for today is, what is a one-to-one function? Now, before we talk about what is a one-to-one function, let's just make sure we're clear about what is a function. You can think of a function as like a machine. You put in some input, say some number, and then you get out some number. So for example, if we look at this red line here, we might say this is our machine. We've got the equation y equals x plus 2. If I put an input, so I put an x value in, let's say 3, well, 3 plus 2 is going to give me 5, which is there. So that's part of what makes it a function. When we put in an x value, we get out a single y value, and that's important. And so just the idea of a function is that the way we can test that is what's called the vertical line test. So anywhere I draw this blue line, this vertical line, there is nowhere on the line y equals x plus 2 that this vertical line will cross twice. So that means it's a function. Now the question is it a one-to-one function? Well, let's just break that term down, one-to-one. So what one-to-one means is one x value goes to one y value, exactly one y value, which is important. It's an important difference. So one x value goes to one y value, so they're both unique. So it becomes a matter of correspondence. How do the x coordinates and the y coordinates correspond with one another? I think a counterexample will actually make this clearer. If I do something like y equals x squared, we can see that when x equals 2, we have an intercept here at 2, 4. So the x value of 2 corresponds to a y value of 4. We can also see, though, when x is negative 2, we have a y value of 4 also. So this is a function because it's passing the vertical line test. We can see there's nowhere I can draw this blue line where I'll cross it more than once, but it's actually not a one-to-one function because at x equals negative 2 and x equals positive 2, both of the y values equal 4. So this is what we actually would call many-to-one function. And the way we test for a one-to-one function, so we know it's a function by the vertical line test, the way we test for a one-to-one function is it has to pass the vertical and the horizontal line test. So let's just choose a different color here. And so let's make this B. Let's make it A. And we can see that anywhere I draw my horizontal line, my green line, it's actually going to hit y equals x squared twice. So that means it's not one-to-one. If we take it back to y equals x, we can see that the horizontal line is only going to pass the line y equals x once. So the line y equals x must be a function because it passes the vertical line test, but it also must be a one-to-one function because it passes the horizontal line test. We'll talk more about many-to-one and many-to-many and what's the other one? One-to-many later on. But hopefully that clarifies what a one-to-one function is.